And item 3 is the presentation of the county service pins. First on our list is Deputy Sheriff Master Officer Edward Cottrell. He's been with us for 10 years. Ed has been with the Sheriff's Office for approximately 17 years, but he's been in and out after a while working with government contractors out of the country. Over the past 10 years, Ed has worked patrol. About 5 years ago, he became the SRO for the First Flight Middle School, where he did an outstanding job. He was even written about for the various things he was doing as their resource officer. He spent last year at First Flight High School, where he also enjoys his duties. Ed's a great guy, does a wonderful job at whatever position he works in, and we're looking forward to having him for several more years. So thank you, Ed, for your work and your 10 years of service. Next is Breanne Anderson. Breanne is an emergency medical tech paramedic. She's been with us for 10 years as well. Bree was hired as an EMTA in August of 2010. She decided to increase her certification level and enrolled in an EMT intermediate and paramedic class in 2018. She completed the training class and became a paramedic in 2019. Bree loves spending time in the water with her family or spending her time four-wheeling. Her love of children extends past her own, as she is one of the first to volunteer to help with our annual Toys for Tots and Lights of Christmas charity events. She has been instrumental in our children's education programs, and as a result, countless children in Dare County have learned about EMS from her. Bree also serves as a field training officer, and she assists in the orientation of new employees to the department. So thank you, Bree, for your 10 years of service to Dare County. Next is Evelyn Berry. Evelyn is a social worker, and she too has been with us for 10 years. For the last 10 years, Evelyn has provided services to the citizens of Dare County by way of social services. Evelyn started her career with DSS as an economic services worker, moving on to adult services and then to child welfare services. Eventually, she found her way back to adult services, and we are forever thankful that she did. Evelyn works tirelessly to make sure her clients' needs are met and adults are safe in their home and community. Evelyn is professional, always representing our agency in the best possible light. She is caring, compassionate, and dependable. Thank you, Evelyn, for your years of service, and we look forward to many more years. So thanks, Evelyn, for her 10 years of service. Next is Jonathan DeWeese. Jonathan is a land transfer supervisor, and he has 10 years of service with the county as well. Jonathan started with the county in August of 2010 in the recycling department as an equipment operator. He has since been promoted to the landfill transfer supervisor. He's been instrumental over the last 10 years in storm debris pickup and is highly valued for his leadership as well as his mechanical abilities. The landfill has made great strides with him in charge and has been noted by both the state inspector as well as the engineers about how well the landfill is doing. So thank you, Jonathan, for your 10 years of service. Next is Ray Owens. Ray Owens is a detention assistant shift leader, and he celebrates 15 years of service today. Ray's a dedicated family man who is a strong and thoughtful leader of his family. He brings those same attributes to the job at the detention center. Ray can always be counted on to do whatever is asked of him. You know he will do the task to the best of his ability every time. We're thankful to have Ray as a part of our team at the detention center and look forward to working alongside him for many more years to come. So thank you, Ray, for your 15 years of service. Next is Constance Daniels. Constance is a custodian, and she has 15 years of service. Connie joined the health department in August of 2005. She always goes above and beyond to help others. In her role at the health department, we almost always come into contact with Connie on a daily basis. Her desire to help others sets her apart. She is kind and selfless and is never happier than when she is doing things for her colleagues. Whether it's a flower, a wreath during the holidays, or a piece of candy on your desk, you know Connie's there. She's also a doting grandmother and loves to spend time with her grandchildren. So thank you, Connie, for your 15 years of service to Dare County. Next, we have Jeffrey Mitchell. Jeff is an emergency medical tech captain with 20 years of service. He was hired as a paramedic in August of 2000. Through his tenure with EMS, he was promoted to lieutenant in April of 2003 and captain in January of 2017. Upon being hired, he and his family moved here from upstate New York. His wife is the guidance secretary at First Flight High School, and his two sons developed their sense of public service from both of their parents. Jeff's oldest son, Ryan, is an elementary school teacher in Hendersonville, and his youngest son, JC, is a K-9 officer with the Nags Head Police Department. Jeff has been the lead person working with our vendors for the design of our ambulances. It's through his efforts in this arena the department has ensured their needs are being met while being financially responsible. He also works with our uniform vendors with the same keen eye, making sure our uniforms are professional, functional, and he's always minding the economic impacts, protecting the county's dollars spent as if it was his own. So thank you, Jeff, for your 20 years of service to Dare County. Next is Elizabeth Beth Fiedler. She's a library assistant and she celebrates 20 years of service. Beth assists customers in person and over the phone at the Kill Devil Hills location, the busiest of the 8 libraries in the regional library system. She has particularly good interpersonal skills and deals with our very diverse clientele in a friendly and individualized manner. She also oversees the large volume of repairs and mending of old and damaged library books, which stretches our dollars further by greatly extending the practical lifespan of these materials. Beth also manages bookings for the community meeting room. She gets along well with everyone and is well liked and regarded by her coworkers as well as the public. Thank you, Beth, for your 20 years of service to Dare County. Next is Barry Peel. Barry is a wastewater treatment operator with 20 years of service. A water treatment plant operator with 20 years of service. Barry started working at the Roanoke Island Water Treatment Plant the Roanoke Wave Salvo Water Treatment Plant in Rodanthe on August 6, 2000. He worked at Rodanthe Wave Salvo for 1 year, then transferred to the Cape Hatteras Water Treatment Plant. He spent the last 19 years as a shift operator. Barry maintains a North Carolina Seawell certification for operating water treatment plants. Thank you, Barry, for your 20 years of service to Dare County. Next is Walter Kevin Dupree, Deputy Sheriff Captain. He celebrates 25 years of service. Kevin is about to get to the finish line, and we truly enjoy having him here. Kevin runs the CID division and is the sheriff's go-to guy with situations that are troublesome and may take time to get done. He is very knowledgeable and also sworn in with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which gives us a whole new resource. I'm very thankful to have him here, and he's definitely an asset to the sheriff's office. He is involved with his church and with other outreach entities, which makes him an all-around good guy and well-liked by his peers. Thanks, Kevin, for your 25 years of service to Dare County. Next is Katharina Bracey, Technical Services Superintendent, and she celebrates 30 years of service. Kathy was hired at the Water Department in August of 1990 as the administrative assistant to the Water Director, who later became the Utilities Director. She was in that position for 9 years. She was then selected as the Information System Technician. Kathy was in charge of supporting and maintaining all IT-related equipment from phones all the way up to our supervisory control and data acquisition systems at each water treatment facility. In 2006, Kathy was promoted to Technical Services Superintendent and supervises instrument technicians, the plant mechanic, and the metering infrastructure coordinator. This division supports the computer systems, both mechanical and electrical systems, as well as the water metering systems for the Water Department. We thank her for her 30 years of service to Dare County. Mr. Chairman, that would be our service pins for this month, and we appreciate all the service that these individuals have provided to the county.
Incredible. It's 185 years, 16.8 years average for those employees. That's incredible.
When we look at these times, and you have some 30-year people, and we just had somebody here who was 35 years. Yeah. We really revel that we can keep people and retain them, and that they continue to stay with us and work for us and provide these great services. It makes what we do much easier, but it also provides much better service to our community. And so we're really proud of that and proud of these folks that provide these services to us.